What's going on? It's the boy CD Trades, and I'm recapping my trades for February 4th. All right, so we had news at what time? I believe 10. We had news today. Where am I going? All right, right here. The Jokes job opening, right? So I didn't want to trade until after 10. So I wanted to trade around like 10, 10:05, 10:15 to see what price is going to do afterwards because red folder, I want to be safe. I don't want to just trade just to trade. All right, so I want to be safe. Even though it's a macro time from 9:50 to 10:10, I still want to be safe. I just don't want to get into a trade. I want to see clear market direction. And this morning, unfortunately, we did not see a good direction. Okay, so let's go. All right, I got ES and I got NQ, which is Nasdaq. All right, so before that, price wasn't moving at all, right? Yesterday had a big move, which is a big buy. So price is gonna be what? Very stale. It's not gonna move at all. It's gonna be in the range. So if we go to the daily on Nasdaq, let's remove all this so you guys can see. Look right here. Can't even show you. If I draw it, it's just gonna come right back. Okay. So if you see right here, look how every price is in the range. In the range. It's not taking buy side, it's not taking sell side, just staying in the middle. So you want to sit out and wait to see what market direction does price want to go. So you don't want to just get into a trade, right? So let's go to the 1 minute. So I'm always gonna mark up the 8:30 and the midnight opening. Let me put my stuff back. So I marked up the 8:30 opening right here. You guys can see. All right, beautiful. So I marked up the 8:30 opening right here, and also the midnight opening. Price went down and started climbing up. All right, so after I marked up those two openings, I'm waiting till market open 9:30. Even if I see a great setup, I don't want to take anything until I see where price wants to go. So I waited till 9:30, the opening, which is make it bigger. All right, so 9:30 was 9:30. I'm sorry, I'm marking up 9:30 so I don't lose every time I have to do this. All right, so this is the 9:30 candle right here, very small, looking like a hammer. All right, so I'm going to look for my first presented fair value gap. So it's not the 931, it's the 932. It's so you see the 931 high, and then you see the 933 low. And I marked up a little bit wrong here. Mark it up higher. All right, there we go. Try to be precise with it when you mark up your fair value gaps so you guys can see if it's gonna hit the consequent enroachment, right? All right, so price started at 9:30 and automatically started buying. And I don't want to chase price, right? If price is automatically buying, I'm going to wait for the sales and vice versa. If it's automatically selling, I'm gonna wait into the buys at the 10 o'clock turtle soup, right? So next big FVG that we have right here, and we're gonna use this little small volume balance. We're gonna bring it all the way up, and look right here. This not the first presented fair value gap, but another fair value gap, and look how price respected the medium threshold of that, right? The consequent enroachment. Price could not go below. Yes, the wick went down, but price could not go below. So when that happened, that should have given me confirmation not only once, not twice, not three, not four, but five times for me to get into this fair value gap. And I chose not to go in there because price is buying. I don't want to buy when price is already buying, right? It already took off. So I don't want to risk. Hey, you know what? But that was a great entry for me to take. Unfortunately, I didn't take that. So I continue seeing that. Even on ES was doing the same thing. So ES was doing the same thing. Look, how many times? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. ES gave multiple chances to get in. And unfortunately, I didn't get in. But when I did get in, I'm going to show you guys. So and Q was moving as quick as possible for me not to be able to get in. So I had to go to ES. So when I went to ES, I found an easier way for me to get in. So right here, as you guys can see, a lot of fair value gaps right here, right? Where would price likely to go? Price could go to all of these fair value gaps. This one right here, even this one. Why? Because you gotta let price run. Price could go to any fair value gap, then move up if it's gonna be a buy. So what I saw was this fair value gap plus the volume imbalance. So it gave me more probability. Okay, price is gonna come here. So when price came down here, I got on top of the fair value gap, and price started running, which was beautiful, right? So I got on top of here. Let me make it a little bigger. So I got inside this fair value gap. Once I did the market, I didn't do a limit order, but once I did the market order, I got into the top of here, but with slippage and all that, made me go up a little bit right here. So price went up. I was up like $40 right away, and then price went up even more, and then price went down, and I was in a negative for like maybe like 5 seconds, 10 seconds at like negative 11, $20. Not even negative $7. I'm sorry. And then price shot up right away into my TP. So I got in at 9:58 and 9:59, 10 a.m. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 minutes. I got my take profit. I should have uh put my take profit, my terminus a little higher, but I chose to be safe than sorry, right? I don't want to risk grabbing and chasing price when price is already going without me, right? So it could have just went here. My worst case scenario was price went up here. After it went up here, price continues going down, and there's a turtle soup because it's 10 o'clock now, right? Even though we're in a macro time, it's 10 o'clock, so I gotta be worried about the turtle soup. So I didn't want it to reverse on me, especially when I'm in profit. So let's go to my trades so you guys can see. I need to find out how I can see my actual executions on here. It's kind of annoying that I can't see exactly where I got in, but because it's so fresh in my mind, I know exactly where I got in at. So let's make this bigger, just one. All right, so this is ES, like I said, how I took the trade earlier. Oh, let's go back to the other chart for a second before I go. So why did I chose to exit there, right? I chose to exit there. Was it the 5 minute? I believe. All right, there we go. On the 5 minute. Hold on, bear with me, guys. I guess I moved it by accident. Okay. All right, so the reason why my terminus was right here is because of this 5 minute fair value gap, this bearish fair value gap that I wanted to be safe. So instead of just putting my limit order, which I should have done, but price moved so fast before I could do that, so it hit my terminus right away, right? So I should have put a limit order to remove two and keep one, and continue running, right? So I wanted to make sure at this inefficiency that I had to remove, but unfortunately I removed all three, and I was profit for $144 for today, which I am happy, right? Not unfortunately, I'm grateful that I made what I can take from the markets. So, anyways, okay, let's go back to the actual execution. Sorry, guys. Okay. So now we know why I got out there, right? So I got in. This is the volume imbalance right here. So let's mark it up for you again this time. Okay. Beautiful. So that was my entry. Let's write it out for you guys to see. That was my entry. Let's go to the 5 minutes so we can see why I got out from there. Right. Okay, what's right here? Yeah, it's not that one. I'm sorry. I just saw the volume balance. I thought it was that one. It's this one. All right, so that's the one. All right, so let's make it a little bigger. All right, so price didn't go all the way over there. I had my take profit just a little bit down underneath it, just to make sure it would take me out before it decided to reverse or not, right? So I had 3 orders of the ES. I got in here, and when I got in there with slippage, got me a little bit over here, right? So even though I entered here, my real entry was right here. So I was into a little bit of drawdown. Price automatically shot up and took me out. Where I wanted to get back in, but I was content with my profit. I wanted more, but I was like, hey, you know what? One and done is beautiful. I don't want to go back into the markets and lose everything I made yesterday and what I made today, right? What's the point of making money if you're just gonna lose it all? So I'm just wanna be patient and have the strength. So you know what? I don't need to train anymore. I'm done. Yes, I didn't make 200 plus like I normally do, but at the end of the day, I'm playing the long game, right? A marathon. It's not a sprint. Every time I got a funded account and I sprinted, what happened? I ended up losing, right? So the moral of today is, if you see your confluences going up, because I didn't have no bias of being a buy or a seller today because of how price was in the range in the daily, right? So we don't know where price wants to go. So we want to mark up all the buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, and see where price we want to go. But at 9:30, when 9:30 gave me, where's the 1 minute? When 9:30 gave me all these entries to get in, I should have said, hey, you know what? This is my model. Let me get in. Where would my stop loss have been? My stop loss would have been right here. Where is that? There we go. So I got in right here. I'm sorry, I got it. If I would have gotten here, I would have gotten here, and stop loss would have been here. Just to give it room to breathe. And all the way there. Look at this, man. Look at this. But unfortunately, I did not. And let's go to where I really was. I gotta be careful because price could continue going down. So here, and this was it. This was my trade for today. All right, here you go. See you guys next time.
I just want it all right now. I just wanna ball right now. Swear I want everything, everything. I just want everything, everything. I just want it all right now. I just wanna ball right now. Swear I want everything, everything. I just want everything, everything.